Upbeat, adventurous music begins. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we re-diving headfirst into an adventure that is less about art appreciation and more about accidental heroics. You know how it is, 1 minute you're admiring ancient artifacts, and the next, you're caught up in a high-stakes heist. That's exactly what happened to me and my amazing crew. Get ready for Louvre After Dark. The uninvited guests. Music swells slightly. So there we were, lingering a little too long after soaking in all the incredible history and beauty the Louvre has to offer. The lights were dimming, and then those massive museum doors started creaking shut behind us. I remember thinking, did anyone check the time? Panic started to set in, but in the most charming way possible. Of course, Penny, our ever-optimistic coin, was practically spinning with nerves, her golden trails lighting up the hallway like a disco ball bouncing off the ancient display cases. "Oh, no," she squeaked. "The Louvre isn't supposed to be open, adventure, or trouble." Both classic Penny, always seeing the bright side, even when we're locked in a world-famous museum after hours. Wallace, ever the pragmatist, adjusted his glasses, and I could practically see the holographic overlays of exit paths and security camera locations flashing in his mind. "Technically," he stated, in his usual calm but slightly stressed tone, "we're trespassing, and it's after hours. Budget for risk. High." Oh, Wallace, always calculating the odds. Meanwhile, Crypto Cat, cool as ever, was just lounging on a display case, tail flicking lazily. A holographic security breach overlay was flashing around her, but she just purred, "Relax," until trouble arrives. Then we improvise chaos. And let me tell you, when Crypto Cat says she improvised chaos, she means it. Music becomes more suspenseful just as we were trying to figure out our next move. The whole mood shifted. Suddenly, out of the shadows, a group of masked figures appeared. They were moving stealthily, too stealthily, making a beeline straight for Napoleon's crowns and the glittering jewelry displays. My heart practically leaped into my throat. I managed to whisper, "I think we've got company." Penny, bless her sparkly heart, twirled dramatically, her golden glow highlighting the thieves' path for us, almost like she was saying, "Look, bad guys," she indignantly declared, "they're stealing sparkle. We can't let them. She's got a real thing about sparkle, you know." Wallace, ever the quick thinker, grabbed his ledger. I could see the holographic overlay. Thieves detected. Plan options: 1. Hide 2. Alert guards 3. Chaos intervention. After a moment of rapid calculations, he concluded, "Calculated risk says we should probably intervene cautiously." Cautiously, Wallace. You're talking to a bunch who just got locked in the Louvre. But before Wallace could finish his thought, Crypto Cat was already in action. She leaped onto a security camera and, like magic, projected a holographic decoy of the thieves' silhouettes. Neon projections danced around, distracting the real guards and causing the actual thieves to glance around in confusion. Step 1. Misdirection. Maximum chaos, minimum effort, she announced with a mischievous flick of her tail. Brilliant. Music picks up pace, becoming playful and adventurous with the guards momentarily confused. I knew it was our chance. I sneaked behind a display, grabbing a golden crown for strategic purposes, of course. Penny hovered above me, acting like my own personal, sparkling spotlight. I whispered, "If we're going to stop them, I need to look heroic. You got to look the part, right?" But then, classic Penny. In her enthusiasm, she spun around a little too vigorously and accidentally bumped a statue. You should have seen it, a comedic slow-motion wobble, and then faint alarm lights started flickering. Oops, extra sparkle. She chirped, completely oblivious to the rising alarm. Wallace groaned, his holographic overlay flashing red. Alarm risk. 47% gives 83%. Penny, he exclaimed, probably tearing his hair out internally. Precision, not theatrics. But hey, a little theatrics never hurt anyone, right? Crypto Cat, seeing the alarm situation, quickly flicked her tail again. This time, a digital hologram of a rolling treasure chest appeared, bouncing playfully across the marble floors. The thieves, bless their confused hearts, actually started chasing the digital chest projections, bumping into each other comically. Step 2. Confusion maximized, Crypto Cat declared, clearly enjoying the mayhem. Music becomes more upbeat and triumphant. I knew we had to keep the momentum going. I grabbed a jewel from a display and, with a flourish, twirled before tossing it toward Penny. She spun with the jewel, her trails making it sparkle even more. "Okay," I yelled, "maybe this is turning into a very hands-on art restoration project, Penny." Then bounced the jewel toward Wallace, who, of course, was already calculating trajectories. A holographic safe landing path overlay appeared, guiding the jewel right into his hands. Math saves the day. Temporarily, he sighed, probably already factoring in the probability of future chaos. Crypto Cat, never one to be outdone, then snuck up behind the thieves, projecting digital laser tripwires all around them. Neon lines zigzagged everywhere, causing the masked figures to perform the most comical acrobatics you've ever seen, trying to avoid stepping on the fake lasers. Step 3. Chaos concludes. "Everyone trips, metaphorically," she said with a smirk. It was pure genius. Sound of exaggerated panting, light-hearted, triumphant music. Finally, we regrouped behind a display, all of us a little out of breath, glowing trails and holographic chaos still floating around us. I just looked at everyone, trying to process it all. That was insane. Did we actually stop a heist? Penny, still full of energy, proudly shouted, "Sparkle power." Wallace, ever the careful analyst, admitted, statistically improbable, yet technically successful. He even managed a tiny smile, and Crypto Cat, our queen of mayhem, simply added, "and fun. Maximum fun." I couldn't argue with that. Music becomes lighter, a sense of relief. We watched as the masked thieves, completely empty-handed and utterly bewildered, slipped past the now completely distracted guards who were still chasing holographic treasure chests. The Louvre fell silent again, the calm after the storm, with just the faint shimmer of pennies fading trails. I sighed in relief, looking round the magnificent museum second from art lovers to accidental heroes. I can't believe we survived this. Penny, with a final dramatic flourish, sparked dramatically, forming words over the display case. Chaos plus courage plus comedy. The glittering letters reflected off the marble floor, a perfect summary of our night. Wallace, ever the stickler for order, closed his ledger with a sigh. A holographic overlay, now reading Success Metrics. 94% chaos managed, 100% fun. He then added, we need a post-heist debrief, and maybe a pastry. I think we all agreed on the pastry. Crypto Cat, ever so cool, curled up on my shoulder, her tail flicking contentedly, a neon glow reflecting on the jewels in the display cases. And next time, we get to plan it from the start. Or not. Either way, fun. She's got a point. Spontaneous chaos is pretty fun too. Music swells, inspiring and adventurous. I just smiled at my incredible friends, the iconic Louvre towering majestically above us, the pyramid glowing softly in the night. Louvre by night, but accidental heroes by default. What an unforgettable night. Music transitions to outro music. Wow, what an adventure, right? From art appreciation to thwarting a heist, it was definitely a night to remember. I hope you all enjoyed this wild ride with me and the crew. If you loved our accidental heroics and Crypto Cat's chaos, please hit that like button. It really helps us out. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on our next crazy escapade. We've got so many more adventures planned, and trust me, they're going to be epic. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay curious, stay adventurous, and stay tuned.